Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Yes, we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in association with Sharda University. Today, we have exclusive workshop on augmented reality and virtual reality by Mr. Raghunandan. He's a manager, education and research, Holosuit, Mysuru. And to give you a little brief about Raghunandan G, he obtained his Bachelor of Engineering from Visveswaraya Technological University and MTech degree in signal processing from SIT. He has 14 years of industry and academic experience and started his career as Quality Analyst Manager in Vinyas Innovative Technologies in 2008. He worked as assistant professor and placement head at GSSSIETW Engineering College, and now he worked as head operations and communication in Career Prime Campus Recruitment. During his tenure, he hosted 300 plus recruitment drives and trained 4,000 plus students on CRT modules. Currently, he's working as a manager, education and research at Holosuit and taking care of industry academic collaboration, technical training, workshops, and content development. He has conducted several workshops and faculty development program in the areas of IoT, robotics, ML, AR/VR, image, and signal processing. We also have Dr. Kasar with us. He's currently the Chief Research Officer at Holosuit. He obtained MTech degree in signal processing from IIT Guwahati and PhD from IISc Bangalore. He was at the LITIS Laboratory France and L'Oréal France as a postdoctoral research fellow during 2012 and 2015. He holds 1 patent and has published over 15 papers in national and international conferences and journals. He has conducted several workshop and faculty development programs in the areas of robotics, virtual reality, image processing, and pattern recognition. Today, the experts I have here on this session are one of the top people over here in the country in the field of augmented and virtual reality. I welcome you here, Dr. Kasar and Mr. Raghunandan G.
Thank you, Ms. Pooja. Thanks for your welcome. So really, we are also honored to be a part of this session. Okay. So yeah, thank you very much.
So I request if, thank you so much. So good to see you here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So I wish to hand over the session to you. I'll be here at the back end. Any questions can be sent in the chat window. And at the end of the session, I'll be asking you live questions.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. So very warm good morning to one and all. Yeah. So today, we'll have an introduction on augmented and virtual reality. So here I have Dr. Kasar, Chief Research Officer, also with me here today. Okay. So today I'll just going to walk through you the journey of Holosuit. Okay, so where we have created this Holoworld brand, especially to skill the humans. Okay, that is what is the main reason actually why we have started this, and what is our main goal, especially, and how the latest technology, especially the augmented and virtual reality, and how we are using that technology and able to create the world-class products, especially, and exciting careers that usually being a students, so you would look forward, especially in the field of augmented and virtual reality also, that we will also discuss here. Okay, so coming to this, so we have the founders introduction here in this. So he is Mr. Harsha and Shweta Harsha, so president and CEO of our organization actually. So he is the alumni of Microsoft Robotics. Okay, so and he built autonomous robots and for especially for Bill Gates. Okay, so like he worked in research and with a lot of experience, and with like he came back to India. So when Prime Minister Modi ji attended one of the sessions in US, he invited Harsha to come back to India and start his own venture, especially. Okay, so because of that, he got inspired and he came back to India, especially in Mysuru. He started this organization called Holosuit. Okay, so 4 years back. So he has 44 patents around the world, and he worked in the field of virtual reality, mixed reality, artificial intelligence, okay, face recognition, and speech recognition. Okay. So this is about the small brief on the founders of the organization. Okay. So these are the advisors and team members, okay, so of our organization. So you can see here, so you're saying Gary Kristen, so they are the brand ambassadors of our organization. Okay, so and I'll show you so what all we are also doing, especially in the domain of sports. Okay, and this is about the team, entire team. So Rana Dagubati, so you are aware, Bahubali film villain. Okay, so he's also an advisory board in our organization. So coming to the hollow world, okay, the reason why we have created. So especially in the education system in India, correct, right? So compared to like other countries, so if you have seen Stanford University, if you have seen MIT, correct, right? So how people are given much importance, more importance, especially with respect to the skill, so development of the skill. So that's the reason why Harsha has started this entire organization under the brand name called Hollow World. So anybody, anywhere, anytime, so they can able to learn, especially the things. So that means the learner can able to learn the things from the past. Okay, so then and he can able to understand the present, and he can able to apply those knowledge, especially to invent the future. So that is what the main reason. So why this Hollow World platform has been created. Okay. So so as I mentioned, so Holosuit, when we have started, so since Harsha was pioneered in the field of robotics, AI, and XR, okay, so like he started this with a robotics intention of a company which we have created the robots for most of the applications in various service industries, especially. Okay, so he has identified few problems, especially. Okay, so why skilling of humans and robots is a hard problem. So, okay, so this is what I would like to shower some information on this. Correct, right? So one thing is we want to change education system, and we have a background of the knowledge in the various fields like robotics, AI, ML, and XR, correct, right? So with the help of the technology, we can able to improve the skills of the human being, and also we can teach the actual behavior of the humans, and we can teach the robots. Okay, so to make our life very simple. Okay, so that's the reason. So suppose the normal daily routine task, why robots are used in most of the industries, correct, right? So you're also aware, so industry 4.4, so like smart cities are coming up, especially even in India as well, in various states. The projects has been sponsored by central government, correct? So these are the main problems, like time consuming, so not scalable, repeatable, and remotizable. So suppose if we use humans, so if the enough skills are not available in the respective people, correct, right? So accuracy is the main problem. Similarly, manpower, the right manpower and infrastructure setup, and also it is expensive, correct, right? Suppose if I able to develop a sophisticated system, so where it is autonomous and which consumes less time, and it is scalable, and it has various advantages in the sense, for example, if I deploy a certain robot, I can use it for many applications. Correct. So for example, in a car manufacturing industry, I can use the robots to assemble the car also. I can use the robots to paint also. Correct. Right? Some other process also. Correct. If I make it autonomous. So that's the main thing. So with the help of the robots, we can also make humans to get skills similarly with available behavior and the skills. So we can also train robots. So this was the thing, the main intention. Okay. So consent to this. So I was talking about skilling humans. Correct. Right. So skilling humans, you might have seen around the world. So more than 30% of Indians, especially age 15 to 29 years, are neither employed or nor in education and trainings. Correct, right? So these are some of the statistics. Okay, with respect to the survey in 2017. Correct. So and with respect to the concept. of skilling of humans on robots. Like for example, if I use humans to skill the respective robot, correct, right? So these are the different skill levels. So skill pyramid, okay. So from unskilled to skill, okay. So from minimally educated to high level skill. So this is how the pyramid structure works, okay. So because when you want to develop any robot with if you want to deploy the same knowledge what humans learn into the robots, it is not so much easy, correct, right? So these are the these are the first challenge actually, and with respect to this challenge, so we have identified the opportunity, correct, right? So the second challenge is so skilling of robots around the world, okay. So in future robotics, XR, similarly artificial intelligence, now only it is in the booming stage, correct, right? And especially we are working on this, so skilling of robots using the humans. So this is one of the simple example which is the made in India product, so where we are training the robots, especially robots. So robot will trying to learn the normal natural movement, so with the help of this suit called Holosuit, okay. And so later the robot will get learned and it can able to perform certain actions, okay. So these are the different fields like medical field, logistics, field of robotics. So this is how the revenue generation in future. So it has been projected up to 2023. Okay, so here today's journey, so we'll be covering only concerning with respect to the challenge one. So I'll be discussing on. Okay, so how augmented reality and virtual reality. So will able to create opportunities. What are opportunities available in the industry, especially? Okay, that is what I'll be talking about, and how Holosuit are leveraging the technology and creating and what are the products we are creating, especially. Okay, so Hollow World, one more information on the Hollow World. So we are creating this phygital operating world, so which is nothing but digital plus physical. So Hollow World platform is nothing but the physical world as well as the digital world also, actually, which augments both humans and robots. So this we have created to provide the world-class knowledge to all of us, especially the upcoming so generation, especially. So anytime, anywhere. Okay, so anyone can learn. Okay, so using this Hollow platform, as I suggested, so learning about the past and so analyzing the present and then implementing that in the future. So that is what. Okay, so entire we are working on the various technologies as I mentioned. So AR, VR, even MR also. So that's why in general we call it as an extended reality over here. So what are the products we are developing? So we are developing the products on computerized platform. Similarly, mobile self-learning based platform. Similarly, extended reality, enhanced practical labs. Okay, so I'll show you some of the video snippets. Okay, so what are all these things are? Okay, so especially I'm talking about skilling humans. Okay, with the help of the available technology, like especially the AR and VR. Okay, so why we have to why we have to go with augmented reality and virtual reality? So these are some of the projections with respect to the market growth. Okay, so you can see, so extended reality market size projected to reach around 905.7 billion by 2027. So this is what the projections. So we are expecting. That's the reason why the market is completely dependent on these technologies. Similarly, there is also a demand with respect to the domain of education. Okay, so you might have seen a lot of edutech companies have started now. So that's one of the reason why in future definitely AR and VR technologies will give high prominence. Will get high prominence. Okay. So let us give simple question. So you might have known. So being a learner, especially when we try to read anything using a document. Okay, so what the level of understanding will be different. Suppose when we see the picture, by understanding the same concept will be in a different level. Similarly, if we see the video, understanding the concept will be a different level, correct, right? So that is what I would like to quote here. A picture is almost 1,000 words, worth of 1,000 words. Similarly, a video is worth of 1,000 pictures. Similarly, a 3D video is worth of 1,000 videos. So this is very, very important. Okay, so when we are creating a 3D video, okay, so that's the reason. So when we also want to go and watch 3D movies, so the price will be higher, so compared to the normal 2D movies, correct, right? So even the understanding and the information what we get is also a different level. Suppose if we go with augmented 3D video, it is almost worth of 1,000 3D videos. Okay, suppose if I make it as an interactive way. Okay, if the same augmented 3D, if I made it as an interactive, it is almost equivalent to 1,000 augmented 3D videos. Okay, so this is what you just need to think of it. So why AR and VR are getting high prominence, especially in this industry. Okay, so why the future is. Okay, so related to our Holosuit, actually, as I already suggested, so three modes we are working on. So one is PC mode, where computer augmented reality, especially used for the teachers to train the students, okay, on the respective skills. So we are also have a products on augmented reality. Okay, so this also can be called as an example of mixed reality also. So there is also virtual reality mode. So we are also working on. I'll show some of the products example over here. So like you might have aware. So what do you mean by AR? What do you mean by VR? Correct, right? So if I talk about a simple virtual reality, so normally you need a electronic gadget, virtual reality headset, especially. Correct, right? There will be an entire virtual world. Okay, so you will be immersed into that virtual world, and so using that virtual world, we can able to simulate, we can able to learn anything, whatever we want. So that is what virtual reality. Okay, so when we talk about augmented reality, okay, so this also a computerized generated content. Okay, so and we will be augment this on the actual real world. So augment means what? Superimpose this digital content on the real world. Okay, so however, in the augmented reality, the interactions are very limited. Okay, so when you come to mixed reality, okay, so mixed reality, it is like an AR augmented reality thing. Okay, but it projects 3D digital content uh, in the real world, so which is spatially aware and responsive. So what is the meaning of spatially aware and responsive? Means, yes, in the previous thing, augmented reality, the interaction is quite limited. Here there is no such limitations at all in the case of mixed reality. So for example, in this case, AR mode, picture in the middle picture you can see here. So it is also understanding the real platform over here. On that real platform, we can able to create an augmented map. So that is what it is understanding here. So it will understand the existing the spatial objects also. So with the help of that spatial objects, so we can also augment our virtual content also on this thing. So this is what the mixed reality is. Okay. Yeah. So moving on to the next slide. So I want to show you a simple video, so you can just understand so the difference between the augmented reality and the actual thing. So which is as of now in the education industry. So these technologies are utilized, correct, right? So how it got started, I want to show a simple glimpse, video glimpse here. Audio is just a minute.
In the middle of a classroom in Malappuram, Kerala, an elephant appears next to a teacher.
1, 2, 3.
The Moorkanadu AMAUP school is experimenting with augmented reality during their virtual classes. This is the LKG class of the school. It's not just elephants. In class 6, a Hindi teacher stands next to a cow as she explains what a guide is. For class 5 students of social sciences, an artificially created solar system revolves in the classroom. Shyam, a teacher at the school, is behind this new development. Speaker P. Shivaramakrishnan and film director Lal Jose have appreciated the school for its efforts.
Augmented reality system ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ വളരെ ഗംഭീരമായിരുന്നു.
So in this video, I think you have noticed, correct, right? So this is not the actual augmented reality you might have seen. So earlier the class was recorded and then these objects were imposed on the particular video. Okay. So this is what the points I've just mentioned here. So you might have already noticed the difference. Okay. So this required a professional crew. And the teacher could not really see the actual virtual objects while they are teaching. So they are just doing simple an action or an acting. Okay. So, and what is the limitation here? The teacher especially cannot able to interact with the objects, correct, right? So they cannot create a simple teaching content on the fly. So because it requires a lot of back-end work once the video has been recorded, and then we have to augment the objects on this. Okay, so, and even students also cannot able to interact with the objects. Okay, these are the main disadvantage, and this is one of the in Kerala. So they have implemented one of the school. Okay, so let's see actually what do you mean by augmented reality, and how we are able to address these kind of issues, especially in the products of Holo.
Hi there, Harsha Kikeri here. I am the CEO and founder of Robot Guru. We are interested in hiring 1 million and skilling 1 billion. And we are using a combination of robotics, augmented reality, virtual reality, as well as artificial intelligence to connect teachers and students both physically as well as virtually. So for example, here is a virtual robot and here is a real robot. Or is this virtual and this real?
So you can just guess which is real and which is virtual. Okay, let us see.
Let us find out. Let me scale this robot. Let me scale it down. As you can see, we can actually teach students and teachers just using your mobile phone various aspects and replace extremely complicated laboratories with a simple mobile phone or a computer. And this can be used either in the classroom setting or it can be used in their own home setting. And especially in this coronavirus time where you don't know whether you will have an online class or a real class, this type of technology can help students learn everything either in the real world or in the digital world. It basically blends the real and the virtual, and this one will be very useful for teaching agriculture to double our farmer income. Plus it teaches practical education for inventors so that we can become an Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Yeah, he's our CEO, Harsha Kikeri. I think you have understood now. So what Holosuit with the help of this Holosuit platform. So you might have seen the entire attire and as well as the background. So we have created the entire digital platform. So in that which is superimposed in the real world, and is also able to interact with the virtual robot along with the real robot here. Correct, right? Yeah. So today we want to discuss some of the case studies actually. So we are working on. Okay, so these are the different domains. So like agriculture, electricity, similarly factory training, education, sports and entertainment, as well as the robot, as I already shown. So we're also working on skilling on robots. Correct, right? So I want to show some of our products and detailed video, like on 3 different modes. Okay, and even the exciting using the technology like AR and VR. So how definitely the technology helps, especially an individual to skill, okay, in the respective domains which he or she is interested in. Okay, so this is one of the simple example for teacher augmentation module. So which is assist a teacher to teach. Okay, so I'll show you. So this we have created for simple tractor.
Let us learn
module.
how to work with 3-point hitch implements. Check the lower left hitch point of the implement with the tractor hitch point.
So this is a completely 3D interactive video. So where user can able to interact with the help of a PC. So that's why it is called as computer-aided teacher augmentation. So where teacher will be use these kind of products, especially to teach the concepts, any concepts.
Attach it with a hitch pin. Select the hitch pin by opening the toolbox. You have skipped steps. Please perform them in the right order. Insert the linchpin on the left lower link. Select the linchpin by opening the toolbox. Great. Now attach the right lower link of the tractor with the hitch pin. Insert the linchpin on the right lower link. Now, attach the top center link of the tractor with the hitch pin. Attach the top center link of the tractor with the linchpin. Congratulations! You've completed the task.
So you might have seen this when we are when you are seeing these kind of video, especially so which is interactive 3D video, and you might have think so like how to create all those things, correct, right? So like if I want to create this kind of video, right, you can see the background need to be created, objects need to be created, correct, right? So we need to program and each and every so like scenarios, so to perform those at each and every levels what need to be performed, correct, right? So even if you see this entire tractor object also how nicely neatly here it has been created, which is 3D model, correct, right? So it involves modeling, it involves civil so background creation, correct, right? So a lot of things. Okay, so I want to show you the same thing in the augmented mode. So using a simple mobile, how can we able to do? So as I already mentioned, so even this is an AR mode learning module which we have created, which is an interactive thing.
Hello everyone. So today we will be learning about how to do hitching on a tractor. This is basically to understand the safety precautions to be taken while doing the 3-point hitching on a tractor. Now the first safety precaution that we have to always keep in mind is that the tractor and the implement must be placed on a flat ground surface as shown in this augmented reality. So let's start off with how to do the hitching.
Yeah, I hope you have seen, correct, right? So which is the entire operation, which is it's interactive thing, correct, right? So we are working with this Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, so we are developing this product for them. Okay, so similarly, I want to show how using a virtual reality, the same thing like agricultural example, an application related to the agriculture. So we have developed one more application I would like to show here. You can see here in the top left corner, so person wearing the VR headset along with the Holosuit. So this is what the product we have. So you can see the virtual avatar of the same person who is wearing Holosuit, and he can do whatever the actions in the virtual domain. And we can just observe here, so what this person is doing wearing the virtual headset. So this is one of the early stage application which we have developed, and we have improved this application to a lot of stages actually. So this is the initial stage which we have developed. So like we have created the virtual avatar of the physical person here, and where he can able to interact. So in the virtual world especially, and where he can able to learn the concepts. So here one of the agricultural domain where with the help of the Holosuit and the virtual reality, so we have developed this content. Yeah, so moving on. So one more example. So how to drive a tractor. So like, so one of the best application, correct, right? So suppose if you want to learn driving, okay, so with the help of the Holosuit and virtual reality, so at your home itself, you can just create the virtual world, okay, and you can start learning. So whatever you want. So this here I'm showing a simple example. So how to means we have created a learning module especially to how to drive the tractor. You can see here on the top left corner, so using virtual reality and the Holosuit, okay, he's sitting on the tractor and he's driving, so he's using his hands, okay, in the physical world, but the same thing, the steering is controlled in the virtual world. And you can see even the interaction is not limited here. So this is what I was mentioning about. We have 44 patents around the world. So this is the Holosuit. Okay, so it's an Indian made in India product. So moving on. So one of the example of augmented reality for cotton hybridization. So using your AR enabled phones. Okay, so which we have created for hybridization. So we have created this plant model, entire model. Okay, so we are now just projected on the real world using augmented reality, especially. So you can see we can scale it. Okay, so interaction. So using augmented reality also we can have an interaction on the objects. So moving on. So one more example like horticulture, similar kind of thing which we have shown in the ER earlier. So this is one of the harvesting thing which we have done for using VR. So this is a green room setup. So where user can able to move from one place to another place in the virtual world. And he is doing the harvesting thing. And it is implemented with all the physics. See, even if you drop the objects, it is falling down, correct, right? And you can see the virtual avatar. So using the Holosuit, we are controlling all those things. And virtual reality in the virtual domain, using a VR headset, we are able to see all the reality which we have created virtually. So one more application where we are working with one of the Maharashtra's electricity board. So we have created the entire virtual model of the electricity substation. Okay, so especially to provide the skill level training for the entry new joiners in the substation, especially for linemen, all those persons. Okay, so I'll just show you one of the simple experience.
Welcome to HoloWorld. Our flagship product is Holosuit, providing motion capture technology with high precision real-time motion tracking along with haptic feedback. Traditionally, there are two ways of training for electricity substation: theoretical training and practical training. The problems faced during theoretical training are lack of concentration, difficult in understanding without field knowledge. And the problems faced during practical training are very high number of injuries and fatalities due to unsupervised onboarding of linemen, high cost of setting up infrastructure for training, limitation to train multiple times, disturbances faced in power supply during training and maintenance work. Holosuit has solved this problem by virtualizing the entire electricity substation. Now, the operator can perform the task without any risk of injury. We have created 350 plus substation processes in an immersive VR simulation with visual, audio, and haptic feedback, which enhances understanding. We are also providing training via PC mode. You can move around, touch, and interact with the virtual world. The scalable option to train personnel in remote areas is through AR enabled on mobile handsets. All the above training can be given in single user or multiplayer synchronized mode. It can be used either with AI trainers or real-time trainers. Welcome to HoloWorld.
Yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed this. So this is what we are working with Maharashtra Electricity Board. Okay, so creating the entire virtual setup. Okay, so I want to show one more example related to a simple drone. So control, which is controlled through Holosuit and using virtual reality headset. So where we can see the entire the world which we have created virtually. So you might have seen the person is operating now. So with a different movement, gesture and posture, so you can able to control the this particular robot, the drone, and where we can able to have the view of entire geographical area. Okay, so especially we can find an application like geographical survey. Okay, so we can use these kind of robots. So where we are doing it virtually, and the same thing which we are implementing virtually, right? The same thing we can also be done in the real world as well. So means we can control the real drone by wearing the Holosuit remotely. I can able to control this particular drone. Okay, by wearing a VR headset, I can see the entire the real geographical view by controlling this robot as well. So just we have created this module just to understand how we can able to control both virtual as well as the real world. The concept here is using the physical hardware, so we are controlling the virtual object. Okay, that is what. So we also have few products in the field of veterinary science as well. Okay, so I would like to show one of the video which we are working on the Tamil Nadu Veterinary University. Okay, so to create the cattle anatomy, sorry. Okay, especially on this thing. Sure, a simple video. So this is a virtual reality training. So wearing Holosuit and a VR headset, we can see the bones over here. Okay, these are the cattle bones. So this is one of the test project we have created just to align the bones of the cattle, okay, in an order, in a proper order. So using Holosuit, we are grabbing this particular object and we are able to arrange in the proper way. See, you might have understood as of now, like the application, there is no limitation for the application, especially when we are going with the help of this ER and VR, correct, right? So we can apply for any domain, any domain. Suppose if I want to learn to fly an aircraft, yes, of course. So definitely we can create a module on that. And so person who are really interested in learning the flying aircraft, who want to become a pilot, definitely we can simulate the entire environment and we can learn, as I already showed with respect to the tractor driving thing, correct, right? So yes, we can create like and creating this kind of object, it is not so much easy also, correct? There are a lot of team effort is very required, and a lot of people, engineers especially, working in this domain. Okay, so right from the artist who create this simple model like this bone structure or any object, okay, 3D artist, similarly is a background creation, UI creation, developer, software developer, correct, right? Engineers are very means very much required, especially. Okay, so moving on, the same thing which we have created in the ER domain. Okay, so using your simple ER-enabled phone. So ER-enabled phone, we have created this.
Providing motion capture technology with high precision real-time motion tracking along with haptic feedback. Problems faced in the traditional methods of veterinary training. Many animals are sacrificed for the purpose of teaching anatomy. Students are rarely allowed to use expensive equipment due to risk of damage and high costs. Due to overcrowding in labs, it is difficult to maintain social distancing in these COVID times. Safety protocols are difficult to follow in real-life situations. Due to lack of specimens and equipment, all the students do not get a chance to get a hands-on experience, and also not for multiple times. We are providing training via PC board.
This is a skeletal system model of Kangeam cattle that is displayed on the screen. The model can be viewed from different directions and different camera angles. When clicked on a specific bone, let's say the cranium of the skull, you can see the information panel displayed, which consists of the detailed information of the cranium. Using the visual markers, different areas can be highlighted for the student's reference. We can visualize multiple anatomical layers in a single glance by selecting each of the anatomical layer buttons.
Now we can see the same cattle skeletal model visualized in a place where we are. This is called augmented reality, where an object is augmented on a real world plane with the help of a mobile device. Similarly, the different points of interest of a specific bone can also be viewed and studied figuratively in a three-dimensional view. Let us now look at the 3D VR Holosuit mode. As you can see, the user is able to virtually visualize himself along with the cattle skeleton model. The user is able to click and grab a specific bone and is able to get the experience of almost interacting with the real world object. All the above training can be given in single user or multiplayer synchronized mode.
Yeah, this is what we have created. Isn't it cool? So whatever we want to learn, yes, with the help of this technology like AR, VR, and Holosuit combined with Holosuit, so we can learn, and there is no limitations, especially for this. Okay, so we have created one more training procedure, especially for dry dock safety. Okay, I just want to show.
Welcome to Shipyard Safety Awareness Simulation Session. Shipyards are dangerous places and people do get hurt, but many people have worked here for years without ever being injured. Specifically designed gloves protects you from cuts, scrapes or punctures. To protect your head from falling objects, bumping your head against fixed solid objects or accidental contact with electrical hazards, you'll need proper head protection. Proper eye protection protects you from flying particles, caustic liquids or any chemical gases. Foot protection such as steel-toed shoes protect you from falling or rolling objects. This was an overview of correct personal protection.
And you might have seen here also on the top left corner. So the person wearing Holosuit and the VR headset is able to learning these kind of concepts. So this is one of the introductory training which usually a safety procedure need to be followed before we start the work. And we are also working on mixed reality, especially you can see one of the example using HoloLens. Okay, so understanding the assembly of entire generator. Okay. So as I mentioned, it's a mixed reality. So we are using our Holosuit and HoloLens. So this entire object is augmented in the real world, and we are interacting with this object. So we are just doing the assembly and disassembly, especially in this case. You can see top left corner, the person who is doing the disassembly, and this is the actual view with respect to that person. Yeah, moving on. So we are also creating the educational products. I want to show some of the glimpses where capability of VR has been used. So why? Because it is very, very cost effective, as already have seen in the previous videos. So costly equipments, lab setup, creating it requires a lot of investment, even for the students who want to learn. Especially suppose if you go to schools and colleges, there will be a dedicated practical hours, so where we use the physical practical labs. Correct, right? So because of these difficult times, especially in the COVID, everybody are learning from the home itself. Correct. So how the technology leverage this particular thing, especially to learn anything, especially so even without using the costly equipment. So we have created the virtualized entire lab setup. Actually, this is one of the glimpses, especially with respect to the physics.
Welcome to HoloWorld.
The 3D AR version of experiments enables the content to be viewed using AR-enabled mobile phones for teaching and self-learning, making it highly interactive. Let us now start with the Ohm's law experiment.
Connect various components: resistance, rheostat, battery, key, voltmeter, and...
So you might have seen this is augmented in the real world, and we have created entire experiment table. So where you can see a lot of electronic components to perform this particular Ohm's law experiment.
Ammeter. See the whole procedure inside the instruction manual. Vary the rheostat to observe the value of current in ammeter and value of voltage in the voltmeter. And take 5 distinct readings of current against voltage and note it down.
So here you can see, so using the rear mobile, we can able to vary the objects, means whatever the variable things we have, so we can just vary. So here, the person is varying. So similarly, we have also created the labs setup related to the chemistry.
Welcome to Holo World.
For teach with titration experiment.
Transfer the salt from the tray to the weighing machine.
So now only you can just think of, so what is the limitations, especially, correct, right? So like, so, and also you can think of the careers, the future, which suppose if you opt these
Carefully
domains,
transfer the
so to
ferrous
start our
ammonium
career
salt to the
especially.
beaker. Take the concentrated sulfuric acid and pour it into the beaker. Gently stir the solution with glass rod.
And you can see most of few parts here, some
Pour the
some
solution from
scenarios,
beaker into the
are also animated, like just by touching. For example, here interaction is there just to touch, and remaining thing it is done by itself, means we have created the animation. Okay, so a lot of people behind this, like object modeling, animation, we have a separate dedicated team to work.
Remove the funnel from the flask.
So this is about the chemistry. I want to show one more example related to biology as well. So one of the experiment related to the stomata peeling. I think in PO you might have experienced these things. Okay, so you can see here we have also created this naming thing, also annotations, what we call especially. Just skip this. So these are all the experiments which I have created for AR domain. And you can see the microscope, so which is also a virtual object. So where we can see the peeled stomata. So this is the output. Isn't it cool? Okay, so moving on. So like how our product is also, means we are also working in the domain of sports, especially the training thing. So these are all, whatever the things what we are showing, these are all with respect to the skilling humans in different platforms, different verticals especially. So you might have seen in the early slides, we have Yuvraj Singh as our brand ambassador. We have created this training app for his cricket academy. So just I want to show you the glimpse. So this is a cricket application which we have developed, so which is an AR enabled application. You might have seen here Yuvraj Singh virtual model we have created. So like learners can able to learn from his moves directly, so with the help of this AR application. You can see bowling and batting, different kind of thing.
Finding user, finding user, finding user, user found. Recording will start in 3 seconds.
So this application which we have created to record the once he has learned the respective shots, so he'll be recorded and send it back through this application to the trainer for review. Okay, so based on that, he'll send the review and his inputs, whether the shot is correct or not. So this is the trainer's review.
Check your stance. It's not proper.
From the middle of the bat, we need to hold the bat as V-grip on one hand, and the second hand also V-grip. If the right hand grip is not comfortable, it can be adjusted so that it is possible to play a proper cricket stroke.
So all the information will be available, and also we have created the virtual stadiums pitch, so which can be augmented in the real world. You can see this is the cricket stadium which we have created, where you can see the entire stadium on using your phone itself at your place. So we also created the virtual pitch in the same application. So we can able to create a different type of pitches. And you can see the actual size of the pitch which has been imposed on the real world. So even the length, width, everything remains same as you see in the as you see physically. Okay. One more way, like here lessons already have shown this. You can see the posture, the skeleton view of the person, especially the Yuvraj Singh virtual avatar. This is. Where learner can able to learn by his moves. Yeah, and also we are working on the golf sports also. Here also we have created the golf stadium, which can be augmented using your mobile phones. So you can learn the strokes, different gaming strategies, everything. See the golf pitch on the floor at your house itself. Moving on. Okay, so we are also working on yoga. Okay, I just want to show you. So this is in the beta stage as of now. So yoga teacher on your pocket. So we are training the virtual trainer. So using the Holosuit actually. So what are the moves physically the person is doing here? So it has been recorded and learned by this 3D avatar.
Place left foot on inner thigh. Slowly lift your arms above your head.
Yeah. So moving on. So there are some other applications also we are working, for example, arcade gaming. Okay, so wearing Holosuit and virtual reality headset. Isn't it cool? So here you can see the Thor's hammer. So where you're using to destroy the objects or enemies. So this is one of the area we are also working on. So and also we are working on defense sector as well for armed combat training. So this is one of the example video to have that experience using
Welcome to HoloWorld,
virtual reality and the Holosuit.
Providing motion capture technology with high precision real-time motion tracking along with haptic feedback.
So you might have seen in a lot of movies, right? So what are the tactics they use, especially like a set of people, like soldiers, especially when they try to attack enemies, correct, right? So these kind of training we have created in the virtual world, especially to train the new soldiers. So you can see the people wearing Holosuit in our office actually, so they are interacting in the virtual world.
We are also providing training via PC board. You can move around, touch and interact with
So this project is on process with Indian Army.
The virtual world.
Okay, and also we are working on Holoworld tourism. Okay, I want to show you. So where you can have entire virtual tour using your virtual headset. So these type of application is very well suited for tourism department, especially suppose if I want to create entire virtual kind of thing, like, and we can have an experience for any kind of user. So even if I want to go to any of the palaces in India, correct, right, I can have in my place itself, I can just create, means using this particular kind of application, yes, I can have the experience, so virtual experience. So in the world of healthcare also, we have few applications I would like to showcase here using virtual reality.
Introducing Holosuit for rehabilitation. Its highly accurate motion tracking helps us transfer our movements into a universal controller for all types of VR, AR, and MR devices. Using the Holosuit's technology, rehabilitation can be made more interesting and interactive for patients. Task customization for rehab required for coordination patterns for faster recovery. It allows an accurate quantitative and qualitative assessment, including video, audio, and haptic feedback, which supports passive teaching to aid muscle memory. The Holosuit AI VR solution is cost-effective and can be used at the patient's home for remote monitoring. Using technology-based rehabilitation, robotics, and virtual reality, it leads to promising results and better client-centered, task-oriented rehab without extra costs. The solution is proposed to benefit and help the society.
Yeah, so moving on. So this is the healthcare sector. Yeah, so we are almost at the last. So like as I mentioned, one of the applications, like how we can able to teach robots as well. So till now we have seen a lot of other application, different verticals. So starting from education department to security. Okay, so this is one of the example I would like to show, real time thing.
Jai Hind. Holosuit and Indian Army welcome Honorable Prime Minister Modi to the future of non-combat warfare.
See, robot is mimicking the actions which is performed by this person, so who is wearing the Holosuit especially. So like this, we can able to control any physical as well as the virtual objects, so using the Holosuit. So this is what the Made in India product. And it is a wireless bidirectional suit. Fine. So there is one simple applications where you can able to download this in your Android mobile phone. So this is the link here. Okay, so you can just use this link. So paste it in the in your mobile phone to download the application. So you can just sign up. Okay, to have so this is one of the app which we have created to have an AR experience. Okay, so please download this application. So once you download, so you'll get a page like this. Okay. So then I'll show you the setup thing. So you need to install this application on your mobile phone. So please click on the sign up, enter your details. Okay, so your relevant details. So provide your own contact number, because OTP and email ID it's very important, because verification information will be sent to the respective mobile numbers and the email IDs. So create your account by entering the password and confirm password. Okay, so once it is done, so you can able to see, once you open the application, you can see this, where you can see the platform of the robot, which is a robot is available in this arena. Okay, which is augmented in the real world, and we can use this particular application just to program. So this is just we have created for one of the learning application. We have created the blocks here, so you can just drag and drop the blocks to program this robot. So whatever the actions you want to do. So currently here we are programming to use this particular joystick. Okay. So this is one of the example. Like I have shown a lot of examples. This is one of the examples which I have created for a group of a domain, like a kids domain, especially to learn robotics, to make them to learn robotics physically, I mean practically, with the help of this application. So these are some of the accolades. So like we have won a lot of awards from the startup, national startup, to even to X-Prize challenge, like 10 million X-Prize challenge. Okay. And this is one of the photograph. So in Defense Expo 2020, Harsha Kikeri, this is an hour robot using Holosuit we are controlling, and Prime Minister shaking his hand. Okay. So welcome to future past of this world of augmented and virtual reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And how robotics, AR, VR can do so many things. It's really just amazing.
Yeah, correct. So it's like there is no limitation at all. So whatever you think, whatever you thought, like any societal problem, any real world problem, definitely you can able to address with the help of this VR and AR technology along with the robotics.
Absolutely. The questions that we had in our mind and coming on my WhatsApp message from the audience are already covered with your presentation and the videos that you were showing, that how augmented reality can help in education, how this can help in medical science. So that's already, it's all covered. So Dr. Kasar, I have one question. How do you think technically this AR thing, augmented reality and virtual reality, is useful for a layman? Now, it's not for the industry, but as a layman, what is the use of augmented reality to me?
Yeah, let me answer it this way. Like whatever we see, whatever we perceive in the real world, so by having AR, we have much more information than what we see in the real world. Supposing if I have a phone with me and if I just walk around in my locality, on my phone, if I can have information about restaurants nearby, banks or ATMs nearby, in my display itself, that could be very, very useful. If I am in a say something like a fun park or a zoo, I can have all the entire map in my hand. So all this information can be geographical information can be tagged, and you can have all the information on your phone as an augmented display. So these are some of the things that directly affect the user, apart from the very technical things that we have seen, like pure healthcare and other stuff. But as a common man, all these apps, AR apps, they'll find it very useful. And of course, in the field of learning, education, AR really enforces the power of retention, and it also gives us a very a new way of visualizing things that which we cannot get it from textbooks. And also there could be a lot of use in the shopping, retail, trial of clothes, trying watches, all those kind of things directly affect the customers.
And also, sir, when we talk about augmented reality and virtual reality, what are the career aspects like for students who are currently in 12th standard? Where do you see the career opportunity will be in coming 3 years or 5 years?
It's quite varied, I should say. One would be as an AR VR developer. We can also have interaction designer, because it's a wide field actually, not just the technical aspects, but there's a lot of aesthetics and graphics and visualization and interaction as well.
Great, sir. So there are ample of opportunities coming up in coming future for candidates to learn and to grow in augmented and virtual reality. Thank you so much for conducting this session. I really wish to thank Harsha sir as well, as he's been so nice with all these AR VR things, and he's been guiding us, informing us. Plus, thank you so much, Raghunandan sir and Dr. Kasar, for all the information you have shared. It's really amazing to have you guys here on this platform.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this session. We'll see you next on Monday with another webinar or a workshop on gaming with Lecture Digital. So see you on Sunday. Have a good weekend. Take care, sir. Bye-bye.